Just getting up on my toilet late at night. Hey West Pally, I'm Allie. And I want to build a luxury movie theater inside this toilet. It looks a tiny bit in disarray right now, and that's only because I spent the entirety of my previous video failing miserably. But that's not important because now I know exactly what to do. I will be pulling off velvet upholstery, gold leaf, elegant lighting, all in a space that was never intended to be comfortable, let alone luxury. And you know what? I'm just gonna start the video with the gold leaf. Let's get nuts. Now the way this gilding is gonna work is that I spray on this adhesive and let it get tacky. And then I have to delicately place this very difficult to work with material on the surface, and I only have 5 minutes to do it. Oh, being wealthy is stressful. Let me just look the part to improve my confidence. Now if the next scene is lacking multiple camera angles, that's only because my camera person is busy frantically gilding. Okay, enough stalling, let's do this. And I'll have you know, as soon as I finished the previous fail video, I immediately started working on this one. I had to rush, I couldn't grab my fine china, how embarrassing, and using the red solo cutaway, screw it. Using my hands. Good thing I took off my white glove. Now that needs to get tacky. Oh, did you notice that the handle is already finished? How did that happen? Well, everything that you watched up until now was me reshooting it because my card got corrupted and everything was lost. So I have no record of doing that. I spent double the effort and it's all because this project is cursed. It's what we learned in the entire previous video, and I believe that is proof. Now, I will see more depth because I've already done this. Yee! There we go. Technically, I've done this on a human skeleton, which should make this easy little project a breeze. Speaking of breeze, it's not great to do this outside where the gold can disappear. The goal is to use as little as possible because, you know, gold. For this, I'm being quite a bit more liberal because it's not real gold. This is going to be handled, and so I need to seal it. That doesn't mean I'm not a rich person. Have you seen my tux? Now I seem to have gilded myself, but we've done it! We now have a gold leaf lock and handle in our theater. Now it's dark out because I wasted the day shooting stuff that got obliterated. I have 2 sheets of 24 karat gold left over from the skeleton, and I did plan on doing this today, just not with terrible lighting, but whatever. Just keep going, shark, even through a curse. There is a hook in here that deserves to be genuine gold. Since it's on metal instead of this devil plastic that nothing sticks to, I can use a real gilding adhesive. Real gold is so much harder to work with than the fake stuff. I can't blow it with this tiny amount. 5 years ago when I made that gold skeleton, I also went right from finishing that project to starting the next. Now the rest of the hook will be under the upholstery, so I'm saving my last sheet for a future project. Now I briefly mentioned that this plastic is what's known as evil, also known as high-density polyethylene, and it does not want anything to stick to it, including all of the stuff I tried in an attempt to make these edges black. And then I realized the one shining light of hope, pun, is that these sconces are very much on there. How? Through tape. So we now have a way to ensure that these edges that will be around an upholstered velvet door are a very lovely matte black. Wow, it's so cold out here that moisture is now forming on the plastic and it's not sticking as well as it should. So I gotta do this tomorrow. Alright, no more gaffes. It's actually been 11 years of me on YouTube that I've finished one project and immediately started on the next with no break in between. I'm pretty adept at manipulating tape to do what I want because I used to do it a ton in high school. I would find stuff in the trash, like this stool and table and trash can. I even did a whole staircase once, and yes, I wore duct tape to the prom, which landed my date and I in the newspaper. Oh, we were the talk of the town. And it blows my mind that that was a useful thing to put on my resume because adult me is now making a living taping weird stuff. It's because I'm adept, doesn't mean it's fast. That took me 5 hours. But it turned out so smooth and nice. But I'm going to do something insane even for me. I don't like seeing the white edges, so I'm going to marker over them to make them black. It actually feels like the nonstop work has been my whole life because you saw I was doing project after project even in high school. I have a feeling a handle will get handled, so I'm gonna seal these parts. I work non-stop because I love it, but also because I feel like I should. Now I'm not gonna seal the hook because it will never tarnish. It's crazy to see the gold skeleton I made over 6 years ago. The body where I used imitation gold leaf is all dark, and the skull with real genuine gold is still so gorgeously lustrous. And now that I finally found a spray glue that plays well with the devil, I need to fix my back wall. I always have the sense that my time spent not working is wasted. It's even to the point that if I'm working, but not as efficiently as possible, I feel like I'm wasting time. I also got construction grade hot glue for the piping this time. I know now for sure, based on my design, that the sides of this wall are going to be covered by wood panels. So the fact that I'm making these nice, neat, elegant edges that will be hidden is not stupid. It's double stupid because I've now done it twice. At least now I have a lot of practice for the door, which will very much not be hidden. This foam is already cut because I had it on the door and then had to remove it in another fail. And I would say that this step of gluing the foam on makes me nervous, but it is dwarfed by the amount of nerves that I get from having to do the velvet step. Obviously, we're still working with glue, so there's a time pressure element. And the arch on the inside and the door need to come from this one sheet of velvet. So that means that I need to adhere myself into a velvet prison inside this toilet and then cut my way out. I also have to make sure the cloth stays parallel and lays flat and negotiate around these things. Oh no. And not screw up the gold and cut myself out with a very straight edge and do that all very quickly. Also, it's already really hot in here. Oh dear.
The American dream says anyone can achieve success through hard work, determination, and individual initiative. I love that belief gives me power over my future, but it also makes it my fault if I don't achieve. There's no room to blame bad luck, circumstance. If you don't succeed, that's clearly because you didn't work hard enough.
Okay. Few quick tips when you're trapping yourself inside a velvet porta-potty at your own home. Don't forget a hair tie. Also, maybe take your shirt off first because it's going to get really hot. But leave your shirt in there because you're going to need it to wipe glue on because you will definitely forget paper towels. Okay, that did not go as smoothly as I wanted, literally and figuratively. But I am hoping this is salvageable. I guess I can do it now with less pressure. Oh no, some of it's glued so well, and some of it is not. Please just let go so I can make you stick again.
And also, when have I succeeded enough? I mean, it's the pursuit of happiness. It's not having happiness, it's just always pursuing.
Holy crap. The fact that that is on there is a miracle. Now we need a miracle on the inside.
I truly believe luck has a lot to do with what we achieve. We don't have as much control as the American dream wants us to think. I feel very successful in my career, and let me tell you, a lot of things had to go my way to make that happen. I don't think it's fair to just say, I'm really hardworking, and take credit.
Pally, I think we broke the project curse. I thought for sure I was gonna have to buy more velvet and start all over, but it is on there. It's on there and it looks good. I can't wait to refine the edges tomorrow. Well, fine, it turns out I could wait because it's tomorrow now.
In our culture, it's common to take credit like that. We look up to successful people who say, yup, I made it happen, totally did it myself. And yeah, they worked hard, but they don't see also how lucky they got.
Now, do I need another roll of piping? We are cutting it close. That is crazy. It's like I cut it to fit already. I don't want to cut it that close though. We'll get a new one. The reason I even know that piping is a thing and how to upholster is because I happened to come across a video by Turner a long time ago before I even came up with this project. So shout out to him. This is really challenging because I have to make sure the glue doesn't show on either side. Completely hidden, so I'm going very slowly. I'm really glad I had all that pointless practice earlier. Also, I'm making sure to hide the seam on the piping so it is perfectly pristine. I think this project went from cursed to blessed because this was the exact amount of piping we needed. I did not cut this, and wow, it turned out looking so professional. I am so very pleased. And now I need to know the center of my theater because I have to put this chandelier here. I'm going to take advantage of the only time you can use a Sharpie as a temporary mark because we know it will wipe right off. So that looks to be the middle. So instead of going into the dead center of this thing, I'm going to do the top and bottom so I can slide it and kind of have some wiggle room. Oh, just kidding. The bolts I got do not fit on the slidey part. I have to get it dead center. Perfect. How does one find the middle of an arch? Obviously with a working tape measure. I don't understand. Okay, what if I tape it? This feels a little insane. There's got to be a different way to do this, maybe. It's fine. We're fine. It's working. Okay, now it's a tape measure. Wow, exactly 48 inches. That is my center. Now, I don't happen to own drill bits for devil plastic, so we're gonna have to hope this works. Easy peasy. Oh, now I have a holding issue. Tape to the rescue again. Is it possible to be too self-sufficient? Just getting up on my toilet late at night. Oh yeah, okay, I can get the nut on. That's fine, that's tight enough. Okay. Yeah, too self-sufficient. I even carried my DSLR up there to get you a shot of me screwing the bolt in. Screwdriver, where are you? Now we have fashionable, but we also want functional, and you probably noticed that I didn't run wires into there. Not that I didn't want to add, on top of learning construction and upholstery, becoming an electrician in this video, maybe for a future project, but I found a faster solution. This is a rechargeable light bulb that is also remote controlled. That's awesome. Now I have to do the same thing with our giant theater screen. Does it even fit in here? Oh my goodness. It is too big. What do we... Oh, okay. But literally wall to wall, wow. Now my initial sketch, I had it on this side, but I think that would be more difficult to get in on the giant theater seat, so we're doing that side. Not that it still won't be difficult to get in, because the seat's gonna be the whole floor. Now I got this roof mount for a TV, because I don't want to see bolts on the outside. I want it to look like an unassuming toilet, and then when you get in here, it's, you know, luxury and such. Is this gonna work? It needs to be lower. Sometimes tool is hand. Yeah, excellent. Yes. Okay, let's put this away before I ruin it. I did, in fact, ruin the old TV at my studio because the mannequin that I turned into my remote mother fell into it. But I plan on painting over it and showing some sort of moving graphic underneath to make a kinetic painting, so stay tuned for that video. I don't know if my tape technique will work this time. This thing is heavy. Okay, not bad. It is so hot. I really want to take my sweatshirt off, but it's my tool belt. Now go before it falls. So hand tightening that using duct tape as my tension doesn't feel like the best choice for mounting an entire TV. So I guess I need to stop being self-sufficient. You get the fun part. You get to turn, I just have to hold. Up there are bolts.
Up where?
You gotta go up the ladder.
What the do I look like?
A young woman in Crocs?
Oh, they're not on sport mode. Put them on sport mode.
Don't do that at the top of the ladder.
Come on. You gotta just hold it. Just hold the shoe.
Okay. I can't believe you're not wearing the Crocs that I made.
They're wooden. Why would I wear wooden shoes?
For safety toe protection. You could drop that wrench on those. It's gotta hold a TV, so get super tight.
This is as tight as I can go. And I have muscles.
All right, do the other one.
I have to do this for all of them? I'm screwing dents into the plastic.
Yeah.
That will be $100.
You're just saying that because you think I'm rich because of all of this luxury. Okay, let's get you prepped to hang in the air. And I screwed up and have to rotate it 90 degrees. Okay, great. Now the instructions say TV must be hung up by two person, but I don't take advice with bad grammar. Please go on there. I'll just use my face instead of a second people. Turns out sweatpants can also be a tool belt. Okay, 1, don't put washers in your mouth at home, kids. Come on. We got it! It's a little crooked. Oh, right. I intentionally got one that rotates. Ooh. In case we want to screen TikToks in my toilet. So we got tilt, in, out, rotate. Wow, this is splendacious. Oh wait, one more satisfying thing. Now I am inside and my chandelier is off and there's still a bunch of light in my theater. How am I to view a film with all of that glare? So we need to black out that ceiling, and my friend gave me some extra duvetine that he had, which is genuine theater curtain. How cool. Now I don't want to butcher that nice material right off the bat, so I want to see if I can test this out with butcher paper. I'm gonna go from there to there, all nice and drapey. What I'm trying to make is called a tented ceiling, I believe. Unless I can't do it, then we'll name it something else. This isn't exactly acting like cloth. So that could be shorter, but probably that wide looks good. And then up there, and that'll totally look great. This is also going to be affected by how much cloth I have. For sure it needs to be the entire perimeter. One wall is 41 inches, so that's 64 total. But I want extra so it's drapey. It's 54 inches, so I have 27 inches of drape. And 27 looks like we're cutting it very close. Feels like we need 30. Also, I'm saying a lot of numbers like I know what I'm doing. I'm just guessing. 42. I need to draw something. Confirmed I have enough square footage of cloth, but there's no way for me to cut out the shapes that I want and make it work. Unless I try hanging the long ones from the corners and then I'll only need 4 long ones. I don't know if that'll work. I'm just gonna start going for it. At least I know that I won't have straight lines because supposedly this stuff rips perfectly. Whoa. Not both directions. Come on, I have a fitness channel. You just need to get it started. There we go. I need all the length I can get. Don't do that. All right, that is one corner piece, maybe. Let's try it out. So glad we're blocking out the sun now that the sun is gone. Tape really is turning out to be the star of this video. Okay, that looks good. This might really work. This might really not work. I'm realizing a problem. This is a long piece, so that means that is a long edge, and I need another long edge next to it, because if I go shorter on this one, then it won't match up and you'll be able to see into the ceiling, and we don't want that. Which means I definitely need 12 long pieces, and I only have enough for 10. I'm just gonna keep going with what I've got. Until my friend his gift was terrible.
You know, when I was watching that video I mentioned by Turner, I felt guilty I wasn't working, but then I wouldn't have learned about piping, which helped my work. So it turns out the not work was useful in my pursuit of the American dream.
Since I knew there wouldn't be enough pieces, I just made the 9 pieces as big as I could with what I had. And that coverage got us, oh, so close. But wait, there was just a bit of scrap left. And this looks like it is just enough. Oh, wow. So hopefully this will work once I get it all glued down. But there is a huge amount of cloth in the center that I thought would be more manageable. And all of that needs to fit inside there so I can get this back on. And I do not think that will be the case. Man, it is gonna be so nice. It feels like we are close, but we are not getting a ceiling today because I had to wait until this place opened.
I don't think I'll ever change my brain to stop the pursuit. I just want to figure out how to give myself space to know that when I'm not actively sprinting on work, I'm still on the path to the American dream. And I may even get there further and faster if I have some break time.
Quick sidebar, because I had to show you this. A string of the duvetine got caught on my tripod, and then I threw a piece of tape at you towards the camera, and it stuck right there. What? So now we have this kinetic sculpture that happened by fate. Also, I accidentally gilded the clovers. Now we have a very wealthy lawn.
And I want you to know that when you see successful people saying, yeah, do it yourself, achieve everything you want, they probably worked hard and they probably also got freaking lucky.
Turns out gluing up is difficult, but what's more difficult is capturing a visual of what it's like to glue up. Wow, it looks freaking great. Every step makes it more and more inviting. Darkness! And the cloth is just tucked up in there. I didn't have to glue, which is great because I still need to get to the ceiling for more surprises. And now we need to test our newly darkened theater. I know I said I wasn't being an electrician in this video. This doesn't count. Also, I will make this visual better. We're just doing this for now. Hello? Did I ruin you during installation? Oh, thank goodness. Yeah. Wait a minute. You can't take in a film standing up. In the history of all humanity, there has never been a more fitting placeholder than my velvet toilet inside this luxury porta-potty theater. Oh yes, it already feels awesome in here. We have 2 walls and a ceiling, and the other 2 walls and the floor are going to be even more outrageous. We are getting noise-dampening wood panels, 5.1 surround sound. I need to construct a seat riser to hide more surprises. And yes, we have a genuine luxury theater seat as the finishing touch. So please come back and hang out with me in the next video for the grand finale. Grand finale. If you liked this, you'll like seeing the curse that landed on this project in the video before this. I'll put that down there for you. I am starting over. Hey Best Pally, I'm Allie, and there's a good chance you're watching this from the toilet. So it's appropriate that I build a luxury movie theater inside this porta-potty. I want lush velvet walls, refined wood panels, dignified sound dampening, deluxe 5.1 surround sound, elegant lighting, an exquisite theater seat, fine gold leaf, all inside my own lavish, personal, extremely